How's it going, everyone? John here, and welcome back to another streaming tutorial. Today we're going to be taking a look at StreamElements. StreamElements is currently available for those who stream on Twitch and on YouTube. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look in depth on what it is for StreamElements and how it could benefit you as a streamer. So once you get yourself logged in and set up, the first thing you're going to be presented with is your dashboard. Now, if you're like me, you try to find night mode if it's an option for the application you're working with, just because it's a lot easier on the eyes. So if you want to go and change that, what you're going to want to do is go over here to the moon and just click on the little ticker, and now we're in night mode. So on your dashboard, it's going to give you a good observation of how your stream is performing or how it performed for either a day or a month, week, or maybe you want to see how you performed throughout that entire year. And you can simply do that by adjusting what displays here on the grid. So right here, you're going to see it's set for month. So you're going to be able to see how yourself performed throughout that entire month. Now you'll be able to see your followers, your subs, bits, hosts, raids, and redemptions and stuff like that. Now, if you are streaming on YouTube, of course, this information will change for you, but it gives you a very clean cut of how everything was. Now, if you do want to change it to either like a year, week, or day, you're going to click on the month right here, and it's going to open up this little drop down for you to change the information. Now, when you go and see this right here, if you're wanting to see how your followers were and what day, you can click on this and it's going to give you a bar graph. Now, if you had like donations come through, you'll see tips. Now over here where it shows count, it's going to also show amount. Now, if I go over to like followers, you're not going to see anything because it's stuck on amount. So you go back over here, change it over to count, and then it goes and displays this back for you. And it lets you see, how you performed on that particular day throughout that month, and so on and so forth. But maybe you want to just narrow it down a little bit more for that particular day to see what time frame you're getting a lot of better performance for your stream. Well, you can do that by going over to the day option, and this will break it down within 24 hours. So you'll be able to see, when you were getting a lot more of your followers coming in and stuff like that. So it's a good way to kind of break down how you want to set up your own stream schedule and everything. Moving over here where it shows your bot settings. For the bot settings, you can either part the bot, which is the StreamElements bot, away from your channel, or you can mute the bot itself. But personally, I would keep the bot and everything in there. That way you can utilize the other parts of StreamElements. You can also change your stream title as well as the game that you're playing. So everything's right there for you, which is really nice. Moving further down, you have your activity feed, which we even have an activity feed here, but for the most part, a lot of the stuff's already here for you. So this will basically tell you when people follow, if they host you, if they use any bits or anything like that. And if there's this little tiny dot, it means that you have already read and acknowledged that particular activity that came through. If it's got a really long bar going straight down, then that means it's been unread. And if it is, and you want to have it where it is read, you can click on this double check mark here, and it's going to allow you to go and mark all of the activities that are currently unread into read mode. Now, let's say you're on your BRB screen and you went to go get a glass of water or something, and you came back and there's a bunch of different activities that you didn't see because you were away. Well, you can go and replay them by clicking on the replay button, and then it will replay them on the stream when you come back. So that's pretty much your dashboard, and it's very nice to have, very quick, self-explanatory. One last thing I do want to also mention is for this here, you can filter it too. So you have all these different options here, and pay attention to the color coding for each one of these. So the reason why I say that is because if you look at purple, there's also a purple dot. So that just goes to show you that you can set it for, followers if you want to see followers, but if you don't, you can always uncheck it, hit the refilter, and now it's gone. So you can always mess with those. You can set up minimums and everything like that too. So moving on over to your themes gallery. Now, themes gallery, this reminds me a lot more of the Streamlabs OBS, and the reason why is because it gives you the ability of having your own type of overlays and stuff. So say, for example, we're just going to click on this one. This will give you an animated theme. You'll have like your intermission. You can have a starting soon, BRB, and then also the stream ending and stuff like that. So you have everything there for you. You don't need a graphic designer or anything like that, which is really nice. But maybe you don't want all of that and you just want to have a certain theme. Well, you can do that too. You can have just a plain theme, just like this. You can install it. And then also with alerts, same thing. So you don't need to worry about finding a graphic designer. It's all right here for you. You just go and find the one that you like the most, click on Create My Overlay, and then that will move you over to the Overlays area. Now, since I don't have any of my own created, you can go ahead and click on the Create New Overlay, and I'm going to go and put this into a separate video just because this requires a separate video. It's something I really want to go more in depth on. So for chat stats, okay, let me refresh my page. Sometimes you have to refresh the page for your chat stats to show up, and the reason why is because it opens up a separate window. So for this will show you your top chatters, how many times a certain emote's been used, and if you're using certain hashtags in your chat and stuff like that, or maybe certain commands. I think this is pretty cool. It's not super necessary, but I think it's pretty cool to see, what type of phrases are being used the most. That way you can kind of turn them into something that's really like more of something strong in your community that you guys can, pretty much have as, an insider for, your regulars and stuff like that, like inside jokes or inside hashtags and stuff like that. So the activity feed, like I mentioned, is also on your dashboard, but there's a few other things that are a little bit different on here. So for this, of course, you can filter it. You can mark it as red, but you also have leaderboards too. So you can have the leaderboards, and then you can, of course, reload any of the overlays. You can mute any of the alerts. You can skip them, pause them, and then also you can pop it out. Now you can also restart the session too. So it says here that the current session started 10 days ago. So you can restart the entire session, and you can also get the data for the widget. If you want more information about this, just let me know in the comment section below. So moving on to the media requests. This is your song requests, and there's two ways of doing this. One, you can create your own playlist. So to do that, you can go here, put in the URL for the YouTube video that you want to add for that song, and then click add media, and then it will go into this pool here. Or you can set it up to where viewers can request certain songs. So this ticker has to be turned on, and you can also set certain moderations too. So if you go into like the settings for anything like that, you'll be able to have it to where the media requests can be free. It could be where they use the tips. You can auto play it or make sure you're not auto playing because you want to see what it is. And then, you can set up all this information. If you want more in depth on how to set all of this up, just let me know. And I have no problems going into more about this because I think this is pretty cool. I do like the whole song request thing. So then moving on to your profile page. So your profile page, I didn't change my background header just because I like sci-fi games, so it was just perfect for me to leave it there, especially for the whole Dark Hole Games type of space sci-fi thing, so it was perfect. Didn't have to change it. But you can, if you'd like to. It's 1920 by 310, and it's good to be able to add a little bit of a flavor to your own profile. Now, you're also going to want to give it a little bit of a page title, and, I keep it clean, very straightforward to what exactly, I am. And then you can put all your social links that you have. So I would definitely utilize that as much as possible because this is what your profile is going to look like. Your profile is going to look like this. People can watch your stream. They can see your chat. They can subscribe to you if they wish to. They're seeing, what this whole title thing is, the link to your Twitch. And then, of course, all this stuff over here is going to be for, how your loyalty points and your currency and everything works for all that stuff. They also have the ability of tipping you. They can go to your stream store if you have any of the stream store stuff, which I'm going to get to in a second. You also have the ability of doing the song requests, the commands, leaderboards, and seeing different stats and stuff like that. So it's really nice to have all that stuff right there. All right, so that is for that. For your social media, now you only currently have just your Twitter. Now, once these guys come in, this is going to be pretty useful, but you'll be able to let people know through a tweet that you are live directly through here. It's automated, and you don't even have to worry about it. So as soon as you go live using StreamElements, it will go and throw it out there on your Twitter sphere, and you'll be good to go. So OBS Live. Now, this is something I'm going to be covering in a separate video. It is super, super cool, and definitely something that I think a lot of you guys are going to really like, especially for those of you who are over using Streamlabs OBS. I think this is actually going to catch your eye a little bit more too, because just from a quick glance, you can see that this is just where you can customize, move things around, and I think it's really cool. But I'm going to be showing more of that in a separate video, so definitely take a look out for that. So moving over to the tipping settings, you can set it up for PayPal. You can set it for people can use credit cards. Now SE.pay, I think this is actually really cool because for the SE Pay, which I'll get down to in a second, it's a more secured way for you guys to be able to not have to worry about any of like the chargebacks, and there's less fees that you would have to pay for to be able to use the money that you get. You can also add its own panel. You can use these pictures, you can download pictures, or you can just simply just take the link and add your own type of picture. It's really up to you. Revenue history, very self-explanatory, lets you know about your tips, top tipper, cheers, top cheers, and everything like that. So for SE Pay, this is what I was talking about. So lower fees because streamers deserve more. 100% agree with that. You receive tips via credit cards and local payment methods and advanced chargeback protection. Now there is a video down here that does go into pretty good detail on it, so definitely take a look at that video. But if you have any questions about it, they have an FAQ section down here. But if you have any additional questions, let me know. If you want me to go over this a little bit more too, let me know in the comment section and I'll go ahead and I'll dig into this a little bit more for you guys. So moving on to some of the more things you guys can actually do with StreamElements, the loyalty settings. This is going to be your stream points, currency, whatever you want to call it. I call it Jedi Bucks just because I keep the whole Star Wars theme going on. And, you know, Jedi Bucks just kind of sounded funny when we all talked about it on one stream one day. So we kind of kept with it. And basically, you're just going to set it up to where your followers get some type of bonus, or maybe, you know, people who tip get a bonus. When people sub, they get a certain bonus, and so on and so forth. And the way I have it set up here, it says that the viewer will receive 5 Jedi Bucks for every 10 minutes. Subscribers get 20 for every 10 minutes. And then, you know, if you cheer, sub, follow, tip, whatever, you know, it's all broken down to however you want. Now, I have it down here where I have users being ignored. That way they don't get any currency. And the reason why I have that is because I don't want certain users, I don't want myself getting any currency, and I don't want the StreamElements bot to get any currency either. So I'm just going to leave those guys out of it so that way people don't think that I'm cheating. I mean, I could personally give myself as many points as I like because I am the host, but I keep it fair for everybody. So for leaderboards, this will show you your current leaderboards for people who have certain points, and then also for the all-time points. You can also show a public leaderboard, which is really cool. So people will be able to see this too. So you can actually post this link somewhere, and there may even be an extension over on Twitch for people to be able to see who's got the top spot. So it's pretty cool too. And then you can give points, or you can completely purge the points. So it's up to you. So earlier I mentioned Stream Store when I was talking on the profile page. So your Stream Store, this is something I just kind of messed with. And basically what you can do is you can give a certain amount of items, and then you can give a price for those items. Like say, for example, I was going to, you know, if you have 2,500 Jedi Bucks, you can go and buy an official t-shirt, and I'll pay the price for the t-shirt and then I ship it out to that person. So that's something like that. Or maybe it's something like roll the dice. So, you know, I'll roll a dice or multiple dice, and, you know, you guess 3 times. You know, you take 3 guesses, and, you know, whatever it lands on, if you get it right, you get, you know, a certain amount, and so on and so forth. So you can have some fun with it. You can be creative with it. And, you know, whatever caters really to your type of community. I think it's really cool that they have this option where they can take the loyalty points and you can use it to something other than just a traditional type of giveaways or, you know, different type of chat games. But to be able to know that you can be like, oh, I'm going to redeem this for this, I think this is pretty cool. Contests are very self-explanatory. You give it a contest name, you give it different options, people go and bet using their points, and then they see where it goes from there. Giveaways, same thing. Now for the giveaways, you can choose to either put an image or a video, which I think is pretty cool. And then being able to give everyone at least 1 free ticket or not. You can make it subs only. And it's just very, very easy to set up. I do like this. Now moving on down to the bot settings for modules. Now modules are pretty interesting. I have only a few open, so definitely go ahead and take a look at each one of these. But the reason why I only have duel and slot machine is because duel allows you to go and fight against somebody else, and you guys basically try to take each other's points. And then slot machine is you just gambling away throughout the chat, trying to get as many points as possible. So this is basically how it works. So you're going to be able to, set how many points you'll be able to, that you can duel for at the most. Individual user cooldown, and then you can do a global cooldown if you would like. And then the responses and everything, I just kept it the same. I haven't changed them or anything like that. But you can see here that you'll do like exclamation point duel, put the person's name and how many points you want to do. So then it says that, they added a duel for you for 1,000 points. You can either do exclamation point accept or exclamation point deny. You get 2 minutes to do it. So then they accept, and then, it's just a quick like bot fight or whatever, and then bam, it decides who wins. And then whoever wins gets the points that they put up for a bet. So it's pretty cool. Slot machine. Slot machine, you do exclamation point slots, and then it says that blah, blah, blah got blah, 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 and you lost 100. So it's like you're just constantly throwing out slots, trying to see, what you can get. And, if you can get, different types of heads, or if you get all three, then bam, you get points. But, it's like a regular slot machine. It's really cool. But people just constantly keep doing it to, try to see if they can win. But, if you don't have those points, you're going to lose them. So it's pretty cool. But these are really nice things to have. I think these are a pretty cool addition. For user management, if you have moderators, you can add them in here. If you have regulars, you can also add them in here. So, that's pretty self-explanatory. For chat commands, you can have it where you can make custom commands. You can use the default commands that are in here. There's quite a bit of them. So, there's a lot here that gets you started. And then, of course, you have the variables. This will help you create all your different types of commands. So you'll be able to see the variable, how to set it up, the description of what it means, the example of how it should look, and then what the result will be. So that way you'll be able to piece things together. For your spam filter, this is entirely up to you as the streamer. You can choose what you want to use. You can have caps or emotes or banned words. You can do link protection, different paragraph lengths. That way don't have people giving you a wall of text that's just constant in either spam or, just people typing until they can't breathe anymore. But you pretty much can set this up however you want. And then timers are self-explanatory as well. They're just like as if you're creating commands, but you're basically just giving it information that's going to go up on the stream without someone putting in the command for you. So, for example, if I want people to know, hey, join the Discord, or hey, follow me over on YouTube, I'll go and put in a little bit of a message. So I'll give it a name, I'll put the message, I'll give it the interval for online. That way, when I'm online, it will have the time. I won't do one for offline because I don't have anything displaying when I'm offline. Chat lines is if you got a lot of people chatting, eventually once it hits that certain number that you want to set it up for, say like 10, once you get 10 lines of chat, then it's going to go and display it. And then if it's enabled, it will show that it's enabled and stuff like that. So that's pretty much how that's going to work. But there's quite a bit of stuff in here that a lot of streamers could really utilize. And I think it's really great that it's all in one spot. So I definitely want to thank you guys for hanging out with me as I go through all this. If there is anything that you guys need more information on, or you have some serious questions about, or anything I missed, let me know in the comment section below. I do know that there are a few areas that I'm going to have to go and create some additional videos for, which I'm okay with doing just because I want to be able to provide you guys with as much information as possible. But like I said, if you are new to the channel and you're wanting to learn how to stream and grow your channel and just learn the technical stuff and everything like that, and you like how I go throughout my videos, be sure to go ahead, take a look around. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. But I'll see you guys in a future video. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good time streaming.